Hello again, everyone. This is Cinex, and we're hopping right along to episode 12 of Design Lab. So, we're doing a creature episode, and this was suggested by Remy that we try some sort of exotic ornithological creature. So, the topic is going to be alien avifauna. Ah, that's a mouthful, but I do love my alliteration, so that's why I picked that name. But the basics are that this is birds. We're talking about ornithological avifauna. We're just talking about birds. So the only real thing we're doing is creating original bird designs. I'm just gonna suggest that you try to think about color in your thumbnail. Maybe it will inspire you with your design, but it's just kind of good to bring in some color. Obviously, you don't have to render things. I still want you to keep it simple, both design-wise and thumbnail-wise. So your design should be nice and basic, focus on silhouettes, that good design thumbnail type stuff that we've talked about. And maybe bring in some colors, maybe just a gradient of color, maybe just like a nice little red to yellow, and that's all you do. Keep your colors, kind of real loose and kind of design thumbnail-y as well. Capture that thumbnail spirit. But anyway, I'm writing conceptart.org because we're once again going to use concept art for our submission process. And that's just going to be the main submission method for our design lab. And that kind of description of things. What am I saying? The link to that thread will be in the description below. That's what I wanted to say. And there will also be a backup method for people that can't use conceptart.org. Oh, man. Okay, so yeah, I was quacking along, making my nonsense, and I drew a little Pokeball over there. Pokeball, God. Just to suggest that maybe you look at like Pokemon or something for examples of creature designs. Try to keep it loose and playful. Obviously, you can go as crazy as you want, and these are just suggestions, but it's kind of a good guideline to look at what like video games and movies and kind of other things have done with bird designs, because they usually do a good job of keeping things nice and simple. But I think that's about it for our description briefing. I think I will, hop into my blank sheet of paper as I normally do to try to think up some kind of design methods that I can share with you. And you can see here I'm drawing a triangle and a circle, because I think the design method we'll go with for this quick little example is the method of kind of starting with a theme. So I drew a triangle there, and that's going to be one theme. Then I drew a circle. That's going to be the theme of the next bird. And then I drew a cat, because maybe that will be the theme. We're gonna draw a bird that's based on a cat. And then I was looking around my room and I saw a lamp. So that was going to be my last theme. I have shapes, I have creatures, and I have inanimate objects. So here's our triangle-shaped bird. You can see I just kept it real simple. It kind of looks like some rejected angry bird. And I tried giving it a little triangle head, but that was stupid. And then I thought, okay, we did one that's shaped completely like a triangle. How about one that's just composed of triangles? So this one's got a very triangular beak. It's got a triangle for a head. It's got a triangle for a body. And we're just kind of working with ideas. It's even got little triangular feathers. So you can see how like these designs, just kind of aren't great. Obviously, I'm just kind of rushing them out with no real pre-planning or really ideas. But the basic, process is that you're gonna create something with a certain guideline in mind, and that will just help you kind of focus your creativity. So you can see I even gave it a little triangular egg. How cute. So this one's going to be circular, so of course the same things apply. But it's said by many famous people that limitation is actually the mother of creativity. So I want you to think about that sometimes, maybe when you're driving around or just doing something. Maybe something brilliant will come to mind just because you're completing that mantra in your head. That limitation is what truly makes us creative, and that the best paintings are usually created with the most difficult brushes, because it's limitations. They kind of get the best out of us. So, it's fun to kind of go through and see what designs you can make up with these, silly little limitations. Because you'll probably create something that you wouldn't have created otherwise because you're kind of forced to. Like this weird cat one, which is, I don't even know what I was going for with this one. I gave it like hind legs that reminded me of my cat, or I should say, my cat that I used to have, because I don't have a cat at the moment. Sad stories, coyotes and things. But anyway, before I get really depressing, here's my little cat-shaped bird. And I kind of tried to give it a cat-shaped body, but obviously it's a bird, so you bring in those bird features like wings, and maybe it has little feathers on its head, kind of like a cockatiel, except maybe they shape up kind of like cat ears do. So it's just kind of mixing things together and having fun with it. And certainly a weird design for a bird. And look, it's saying meow. How cute. My little meowing cat bird. And I gave it a slightly different little beak there just to kind of make it more cat-like in some weird way. Yeah, I even wrote weird because that is certainly a weird design. Obviously, all these designs are very like cartoonish and just real quick, and your thumbnails can be a lot more different than this. They could be a lot more realistic, or they can be a lot more cartoony. You're really welcome to do anything. You're welcome to do any type of media as well. You can do sketches. You can do picture collages to come up with your ideas. It doesn't really matter. The thumbnail process can be, as crazy as you want it to be. It can be as creative as you want it to be. You can do little sculptures if they help you create new ideas. But this is my last bird. You can see he looks just like a little lamp. He's got those big feathers under its neck that spread out. Maybe they kind of surround his head and do weird things. I don't really know what they would do. Maybe he puffs them up and they attract the female birds. That actually makes sense. There's a lot of weird birds that actually do that. So you might want to check out Discovery's Planet Earth series or something to see a bunch of birds. But anyway, good luck. I think that's everything. And I look forward to seeing what you guys come up with.